Hello everyone, this is Cyril and you're welcome back to IoT Lab. So today I want to show us how you can easily boot your Raspberry Pi using the SSH uh, interface. So the first thing you need to do is once you're done um, transferring your OS or your Raspberry into your memory card, you plug it into your computer system. Yeah, once you plug into your computer system, it gives you a prompt to kind of like format your hard drive, format your memory card. But then you can just click on cancel. Okay. Then once you're done with that, it's going to open the environment boot. So this when you go to this PC, you see you have boot and you also have this. But then this is what you need. You need the boot drive. Now when you see this environment, ensure you have some things like you have the start elf, you have the boot code, you have the CMD and config. Okay, that's by the way. So what you need to do first for you to set up the SSH is called secure shell. All right, it allows you to transfer files. It allows you to transfer files through FTP protocols from one end to the other, but then it's secured. But mind you, you need to actually change your Raspberry Pi password for you to really get secured. All right, so what I'm going to do is I need to run window R to run notepad. When I open my notepad, then you type in just type in something. Or you can just write a space bar, maybe one space bar. Then you save. If I click on file, then save as. So when you click on save as, then you click on this. So it shows you text, document, and all files. So I'm going to use all files because you're not trying to save a file that has an extension. So what you just want to do is to save a file with SSH, all in small letters. Then you please click on save. All right. So when you're done with that, you can close the SSH. So mind you, you see you have SSH file already in this place. So the next thing you also do is you can also set up your WPA supplicant. This allows you to connect your Raspberry Pi directly to the internet, Wi-Fi connection actually. So, but then you can use your RJ45 internet cable. But let me show you how to do that. So, for you to connect your Raspberry Pi supplicant, what you need to do first is you need to set up your country EOS number, your country EOS code. Now you can look at this now. I'm using NG, which is Nigeria. So it's kind of show okay Nigeria. But then you can if you use something like US, it's showing you're from US. And there are actually other supplicant code for other countries. So you just need to know which of them relates to you. Then you type in all this. So I'm going to make this file available in the description box for you to download and type it. But then you can also write it. Yeah, you can also write this as well in your notepad. Then lastly, what you need to do is to make a function of a network. So yeah, I'm going to add in just two most important things. First, you need to scan your network, which is making a boolean of 1 as the value of your SSID scan. Then the next thing is to give your SSID name. So now you need to type in your name in the quote. So make sure you type in the name of your Wi-Fi connection or your hotspot in the quote, then also your password in this particular place. Then once you're done with that, you click on file, then you click on save as. You also need to save it in the directory of your boot. So you need to click on the SD card slot where you have saved your SSH file. Then you write WPA supplicant.config, but then it's not going to be a text file. You're going to come to all files and make sure it's in all files. Always make sure it's in all files while you're trying to save. So you click on save. So let's verify if truly it has saved on the environment. So I can just click on this if I want to close it. Yeah, but then let me see. So when you go to boot, you see we have the SSH and we also have the WPA supplicant. So these are just what you need for you to actually boot via SSH and also to connect your Raspberry Pi to the internet. So now I'm going to show you how to set up SSH, but this time on using the desktop environment. So most times people have the opportunity to get an external monitor. So you can actually set up this using your monitor. So we have Raspberry Pi 3, Raspberry Pi 0, and Raspberry Pi 0W. So from this website, if you look at this, it kind of gives us some of the information we need for us to get started. But I'm just going to give us a wrap of it. So first thing is you need to set up your Raspberry Pi by identifying the IP address. So how can you identify the IP address? Just go to your terminal on the desktop, then type in ipconfig. So once you type in ipconfig, or sorry, not ipconfig, ipconfig is for the Windows, but here it's ifconfig. So once you type in ifconfig, it gives you the Raspberry Pi IP on this on the terminal list, which is always starting with 192.168, then point the number, then the other number. So these are actually the pattern it shows on your terminal environment. Then once you've identified your IP, the next thing is I'm not going to talk about for Linux. I'm going to focus strictly on Windows. So, but then if you want this content, you could actually go to this website. It's argo40.com. Then you can read about for Linux and the rest. Then the next thing I'm going to talk about is once you're done identifying your IP, the next thing is to enable SSH on your Raspberry Pi. So what you need to do is to click on the Raspberry Pi icon. Is always at this top left hand corner. You click on it, then it gives you the windows to enable your interface. So when you go to the interface option, it shows you the environment where you can select your SSH, telling you which of them to be enabled or to be disabled. So you click on it, select SSH, then it's gonna ask you, would you like your SSH server to be enabled? You said yes. Then select OK. Then after that, then you're good to go. What you need to do then is once you're done with that part, you need to then log in into another computer system, but make sure the computer is connected to the same network. What I mean is, if you have your phone as a hotspot, you make sure your phone is supplying network to your laptop and also to your Raspberry Pi. So once you're done with that, you need to download a third-party software which is called Putty. When you install the Putty software, you type in the IP address on this host name, then you press the open button. Once you press the open button, it gives you a window telling you the name of your Raspberry Pi and also to input your password. So if you look at this window here, you see we have login as Pi. So your default name is always Pi unless you change it by yourself. So you can change your host name, and the host password, it's always Raspberry. So but then when you type in your Raspberry password, it doesn't show on the screen. It's always hidden. So just type in the Raspberry, then press enter. Then it kind of gives you the Linux version on a new environment, or should I say an environment underneath your password uh, space. Shows you details about your Raspberry Pi and all that. All right, so these are actually how you can get started to connecting your Raspberry Pi to a computer remotely using SSH. Without the desktop and also with the desktop. So should you have any question regarding this, feel free to drop your comments in the comment section below, and I'm going to equally make some of those files available for you to download. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you some other time, and bye for now.